Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Saturday, January 2nd, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 597 headlines from 108 fees we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. GOP senators say they will reject election results unless commission is formed. 5 India cricketers isolated after apparent quarantine breach. I swore an oath. Murkowski vows to affirm Biden victory, bucking GOP senators' plan to object to result. Loeffler sinks to last-ditch child abuse accusations against Warnock. I ate nothing but healthy fast food for a week. Here's what happened. Sad news to begin a new year. Virginia State Senator Ben Chaffin Jr., 60, dies from coronavirus complications. U.S. officials are reportedly privately worried Russia stole blueprints for U.S. blackout restoration. Rep. Gohmert calls for straight violence as another legal loss sends MAGA world spiraling. GOP Congressman-elect Burgess Owens says there's no question that Trump was re-elected to a second term. Fauci says he's sure coronavirus vaccinations will be mandatory in institutions like hospitals and schools. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Texas Longhorns hire Alabama Crimson Tide OC Steve Sarkisian as new head coach, ESPN. Larry King hospitalized with COVID-19, 87-year-old broadcaster in a known condition, report, Deadline. Dizzying valuations, IPO craze tick boxes on bubble checklist, Bloomberg. Coronavirus in Oregon, 1,010 new cases, 2 deaths as just 24% of vaccines distributed have been given, Oregon Live. Oregon vs. Iowa State live stream, watch online, TV channel, Fiesta Bowl kickoff time, odds, line, picks, CBS Sports. Congressman suggests violence after judge rejects suit over Biden win, Los Angeles Times. Ted Cruz, GOP senators to demand audit before certifying Joe Biden's win, New York Post. Nicki Minaj shares new photos of baby son, becoming a mom is by far the most fulfilling job, Yahoo Entertainment. The delightful Ratatouille TikTok musical has already sold more than $1 million in tickets, The Verge. Cruz leads 11 GOP senators challenging Biden win, Minneapolis Star-Tribune. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Larry King fighting COVID-19 from Los Angeles hospital bed, reports. California funeral homes run out of space as COVID-19 rages. In Georgia, Biden's presidency meets an early defining moment. Mike Pompeo pats himself on back, tweets made-up definition of swagger. Cruz joins GOP Senate bloc that will challenge Biden's victory. Federal judge tosses Rep. Louis Gohmert's suit against Pence to overturn election. This photo shoot of the Grinch scaring kids went viral, but here's why I'm not laughing. Nancy Pelosi's San Francisco home vandalized with graffiti and a pig's head over stimulus. Trump declares Georgia Senate race is illegal and invalid days ahead of vote. Husband praises Chelsea Halska after teen mom quits reality series after 10 seasons. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Families enjoy snowy start to New Year. Police, man, his pregnant sister killed, baby shot. Man reunited with missing disabled dog. Mother, daughter's terrifying experience with COVID. Business relieves stress through rage therapy. Family displaced after roof collapse. Grandmother walks 100 miles a month. Quirky hobbies help Madisonians through quarantine. First 600 in line get COVID-19 vaccine. Severe weather flips mobile home. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. California begins vaccinating inmates, but not at its hardest-hit prisons. 11 more Republican senators plan to back feudal bid to overturn Biden's election. Family members of man killed by Minneapolis police say raid left them shaken. Raphael Warnock, from the pulpit to politics, doesn't shy from uncomfortable truths. What new science techniques tell us about ancient women warriors? Clearing the wreckage at the education department. Starving children don't cry. Tim Severin, seafarer who replicated explorers' journeys, dies at 80. Coast Guard suspends search for missing boat with 20 aboard. Homes of Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi are reported vandalized. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. GOP Pennsylvania House member Mike Reese dies. Titans rookie Isaiah Wilson spotted at New Year's party as tumultuous season continues, report. Corral, Ole Miss takedown number 7 Indiana in Outback Bowl. EPL roiled by lockdown party breaches, another postponement. Number 7 Baylor women beat TCU 74-50, both head coaches absent. GOP lawmakers reject GOP push to object to electoral college results. Kentucky runs for 281, beats NC State 23-21 in Chippy Gator. Number 2 Baylor holds off feisty Iowa State 76-65. Late dunk lifts number 11 Creighton to win over Providence. Number 8 Texas tops number 3 Coup 84-59 to tie record margin at Fog. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Saturday, January 2nd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. 2021 predictions, what Psychic Nikki sees for us in the coming year, a slow transition back to normal. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Jeremy Corbyn's brother appears in trouble again as he is arrested by police in anti-lockdown protest. Jeremy Clarkson, 60, reveals he battled COVID-19 over Christmas. Stowaway who survived 5,600-mile flight clinging to jumbo jet from Africa to Heathrow has got asylum. Hilaria Baldwin takes a stroll in the Hamptons with her kids amid ongoing Spanish heritage saga. Sarah Vine, this was the year terrestrial TV died as the BBC ushered in New Year with woke fireworks. 3 Tottenham players and 1 West Ham star broke Tier 4 COVID-19 rules at Christmas. Barbadians demand Love Island stars Ara Holland and her boyfriend are thrown in jail. Mail on Sunday comment, why all this palaver over a sensible idea to save more lives? Researchers uncover British foreign aid workers who father children abroad. Peter Hitchens, guess where Professor Lockdown got his ideas, China's police state. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. British judge to rule on US extra, disin for WikiLeaks founder Assange. Illegal French New Year's Eve party that drew 2,500 ends after 36 hours and a failed attempt to shut it down. Yemen's PM says airport attack aim to eliminate cabinet. Niger to hold second round of presidential vote next month. Venezuelan opposition efforts to capture government's foreign assets draw scrutiny. Pakistan arrests key militant on terror financing charges. Polar bears and Arctic isolation, a Russian opposition activist describes military service as political exile. UK variant continues to spread around the world as coronavirus pandemic enters 2021. In Graying Italy, the elderly defy biases laid bare by pandemic. Taliban carrying out campaign of terror in Afghan capital ahead of peace talks next week. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Ted Cruz and other Republican senators oppose certifying election results. West Brom 0-4 Arsenal, Premier League, as it happened. Boris Johnson would lose majority and seat in election tomorrow, poll. Floyd Little, NFL Hall of Fame Denver Broncos running back, dies at 78. Coronavirus live, India approves Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, Italy delays opening ski resorts, latest updates. At least 70 killed in suspected Islamist attacks in Niger. Symptomless cases in schools could be key driver in spread of COVID-19. How's it? I'm back in Australia and playing cricket in the street. Los Angeles is riskiest U.S. county but New Yorkers should beware tornadoes. U.S. braces for post-holiday COVID surges, death toll nears 350,000. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. New governor sworn in as a wary Puerto Rico demands changes. Police officer pays for shoplifting suspect's holiday dinner. Record 3 million have voted early in Georgia Senate runoff. Treacherous travel expected in much of eastern U.S. UK hits daily virus record, is urged to keep schools closed. After 50 years, hippies welcome in an Indiana county. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Norway landslide, more bodies found as rescuers search Gerdum site. Senators in final bid to derail certification of Biden's victory. Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell's homes vandalized. Congo pardons 2 men over President Kabila assassination. Pierre Cardin, French fashion designer buried in Paris. France, more than 2,500 break virus restrictions at illegal rave. Boat carrying 20 people goes missing between Bahamas and Florida. Coronavirus, Israel leads vaccine race with 12% given jab. Mauricio Pochettino is back, but why has he chosen Paris Saint-Germain? Bitcoin value surges past $30,000, $22,000, for first time. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Pelosi, McConnell homes vandalized after Congress adjourns without securing $2,000 stimulus checks. Banned sunscreens, delivery robots and minimum wage, a look at new state laws going into effect in 2021. New 2021 state laws ranging from banned sunscreens to robot deliveries. The day in pictures. Mummer strut despite Philly parade cancellation. Nashville bombing revealed U.S. communication networks may be vulnerable, but how to secure them, officials demand answers. Today in history for January 2nd. I don't ever recall a New Year's Eve like this. Gunfire leaves 2 dead, including a child, in Texas. AP reporter, Pence in an untenable position. Coronavirus live updates. On first day of 2021, U.S. records its 20 millionth case. Turkey confirms 15 new cases of new strain. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. New, possibly more contagious coronavirus strain detected in Big Bear. Thousands of New Year's revelers ignore stay-at-home orders in Los Angeles County. Feared post-Christmas coronavirus surge appears to begin in LA County as cases spike again. Column, he got COVID-19 after working for someone who tested positive but kept it secret. Magnitude 4.3 quake registers near Soledad, California. It's World War III, says LA County doctor beset by intensely sick COVID-19 patients. Column 1, the U.S. finally has a system to prevent deadly rail accidents. It took 50 years. Earthquake, 2 quakes strike near Ridgecrest, California. Evangelist singer draws a crowd of 2,500 to New Year's Eve gathering, ignoring risk of COVID-19 spread. Amid viral tsunami, Army Corps of Engineers will aid LA hospitals facing oxygen problems. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Coronavirus, no increase in severe child cases, pediatricians say. Amid warnings of surging worldwide poverty, planet's 500 richest people added $1.8 trillion to combined wealth in 2020. Surging billionaire wealth hits a painful nerve for the millions of people who have lost loved ones and experienced declines in their health, wealth, and livelihoods. A new strain of drug-resistant malaria has sprung up in Africa. Quantum teleportation was just achieved with 90% accuracy over a 44-kilometer distance. Life discovered in deep ocean sediments at temperatures above water's boiling point. Growing list of Canadian politicians caught traveling abroad despite pandemic. Israel, Saudi Arabia reportedly pressuring Trump to strike Iran in final days, according to Arab media's report, which is based on anonymous U.S. sources. Riyadh and Jerusalem want to sabotage Biden's plan to re-enter negotiations with the Ayatollah regime. Vaccine rollout picked up speed in First Nations across Canada. Iran's foreign minister urges Trump to avoid Israel trap to provoke war. 2 trans women win election in historic moment for LGBT plus visibility in India. Kazakhstan abolishes death penalty. Several dead after car bomb explodes in northern Syria. Vegetable market, reports. Antidepressant use in England soars as pandemic cuts counseling access. Drug makers agree to have prices to get on China's state insurance list. Parts of the Amazon rainforest are heading for collapse by 2064, new report shows. Quote, between rapidly expanding resource use and climate change-fueled fires, the future of the Amazon rainforest and the stunning array of life teeming within it just keeps growing bleaker. The next headlines are from Forbes. Cheyenne Jackson talks call me cut and creating comedy in the age of COVID. GOP Senators Toomey, Murkowski vow to certify Biden's electoral college win. Bitcoin climbs above $33,000 for the first time ever. Ryan Garcia vs. Luke Campbell live results, odds, purses, prediction. European movies to watch out for in 2021. The best performing energy companies of 2020. Brexit halts home sales of made in England Brooks bicycle saddles. Survival of the kindest, a new mantra to rebuild the global economy. Where's my money spray painted on Mitch McConnell's front door after blocking vote on $2,000 stimulus checks. Large numbers of healthcare and frontline workers are refusing COVID-19 vaccine. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,676,778,156 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Larry King hospitalized with COVID-19, report. Clothballing, jazz pianist and prolific film composer, dies at 90. Golden Globes predictions, Best Actress, Drama, can Zendaya's Marie crash the HFPA party? Golden Globes predictions, Best Actor, Drama, can Anthony Hopkins finally win a Globe after 7 previous nominations? Ron Dominguez, Disney executive whose family sold Anaheim property for Disneyland, dies at 85. Thank you for all the joy. Hollywood remembers legendary casting director Mike Fenton. Women directed record number of 2020 films, study finds. How to watch Ratatouille, the TikTok musical. Richard Bates, Disney's longtime head of government relations, dies at 70. Joan Nicholson Silver, Crossing Delancey director, dies at 85. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. While Republicans announce plans to object to Electoral College results. Puerto Rico swears in a new governor who inherits multiple crises. New COVID-19 variant spreads to dozens of countries. French police shut down rave held in defiance of COVID-19 restrictions. India authorizes AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use. Coronavirus is surging, how severe is your state's outbreak? Coronavirus world map, tracking the spread of the outbreak. Where are the women, uncovering the lost works of female Renaissance artists? The new year will bring more transparency in hospital prices. Iran tells UN agency it will enrich uranium back to pre-nuclear deal level of 20%. The following headlines are from the week. Basketball Hall of Famer Paul Westphal dies at 70. Cruz, 10 GOP senators to oppose electoral votes unless and until an emergency 10-day audit. India approves first 2 COVID-19 vaccines for emergency use. Iran to enrich uranium up to 20% as soon as possible. Fauci not in favor of expanding gap between COVID-19 vaccine doses. 10 things you need to know today, January 2, 2021. Judge rejects GOP lawsuit against Pence. America was always going to bungle the vaccine rollout. 5 inexcusably funny cartoons about Trump's disgraceful pardons. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Being a prisoner during COVID is a death sentence. The next headlines are from Universe Today. The personnel of Space Force will be called Guardians. Some of Hayabusa 2 samples are as big as a centimeter. Plans for a Mars sample return mission have moved to the next stage. These are the news headlines for today, Saturday, January 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. 2021 quadranted meteors marred by moonlight. 220 years ago today, Force asteroid discovered. Top 4 keys to understanding moon phases. Close and far moons of 2021. Lengths of lunar months 2021. Earth closest to Sun on January 2, 2021. The next news is from Politico. BioNTech founders warn of vaccine shortfall. Badasses in their own right, meet the fresh women of Congress. The deaths that shook politics in 2020. WHO clears Pfizer-BioNTech coronavirus vaccine for emergency use. Opinion why an Iran attack could be Biden's Hour 1 crisis. At least 12 GOP senators to challenge Biden's win. The southern state where black voters are gaining in numbers, but not power. 2020, the year black voters said, hold up. The 8 pieces of pop culture that defined the Trump era. Judge throws out Commerce suit aimed at empowering Pence to overturn 2020 election results. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Coronavirus updates live. Greater Sydney mask mandate comes into effect. Northern Beaches lockdown eases. Victoria traces 10 local cases. A merry day at the opera. Compassion flows on a trip north of the border. 3 new local COVID-19 cases in Victoria as long testing waits continue. Rebel Republican Alliance plans to back Trump's false claims in Congress. Race by race preview and tips for Jill Gandra on Sunday. Police divers join search for missing canyoners. 2021 forecast, teenagers shake up old odor as tennis finances take a hit. Woman's body found after fire destroys Southwest Sydney home. Edwina locked eyes with a Frenchman at a restaurant. 2 years later, they were married. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Where should I retire? My husband wants to be by the ocean, but I live through Katrina and love lakes. Where can we, retire and rent for $2,000 a month? Cryptus, Bitcoin soars to a new record above $33,000 Saturday. Newswatch, here's why the Georgia runoff elections for the U.S. Senate could turn into a big deal for markets. The moneyest, my boyfriend's ex-wife claimed her two sons as dependents on her taxes and receive their stimulus checks, but they live with us. What side effects, if any, can you expect from a COVID-19 vaccine shot? The moneyest, my wife and I have 3 kids. I also have 3 kids from a previous marriage. How should we split our house among these 6 children? The moneyest, my husband, 67, wants to leave his $2 million estate and home to his disabled daughter and his sister's kids. Can he do that? I could outlive them. The moneyest, I took care of everything after my father died. My aunt, who claims she's entitled to $27,000, says I only care about his money. The moneyest, I received $1,200 stimulus payment last summer. Will I get $600 checks this time too? Financially fragile Americans during COVID-19 have difficulty answering these 15 money questions, can you? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. DC, 10 detectives who are better than Batman. CBR, comic book resources. These 5 patents offer hints about what an Apple car could look like. WKTV. Inventor behind the worst gadget of all time jumps onto Trump sinking voter fraud ship, Gizmodo. The next headlines are from Quartz. The best response to uncertainty is a master plan. World leaders shared messages of hope, and Trump bragged in New Year's Eve speeches. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, December 27th, January 2nd. Gaming like it's 1925, the public domain game jam has begun. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Real Madrid. Paul Westphal. Bitcoin. Linwood. Bell's palsy. Kentucky football. Steve Sarkisian. Iowa State football. Hornets. Indiana football. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. American talk show legend Larry King hospitalized in Los Angeles after contracting COVID-19. Former employee steals excavator, rams gate and destroys 50 vans at Mercedes-Benz factory in Spain. At least 70 civilians killed in militant attacks in Niger, reports. No longer just an idea, with Trump on way out and Biden on way in, Portland mayor finally vows to push back against Antifa. Jeremy Corbyn's brother Piers arrested at anti-lockdown protest, for second time in 2 days. Launch voter fraud commissioner we won't certify election results, Ted Cruz and 10 other Republican senators say. Relations between Russia and China at historic high after once-in-century epidemic, says Chinese foreign minister. He's even learning the language to face Kamzat, fans joke they're until in line to face Jimmy after Instagram post in Russian. God rapes young Middle Eastern migrant skit on Irish state TV provokes Catholic Church fury. India approves AstraZeneca vaccine as company still working on jab's efficacy of at least 62% after disappointing trial results. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. America's hospitals to publish the secret prices on more than 300 medical procedures for first time. 2021, welcome to Post-Persuasion America. 7 arrested after Philadelphia federal buildings defaced with Antifa-related graffiti. Police keep secret list of kids with bad grades labeling them potential criminals. Iran's President Rouhani accused of threatening Trump with assassination. Fauci says mandatory COVID vaccines are on the table, especially for travel, school. Portland mayor turns on Antifa, vows to battle lawlessness and anarchy. Facebook shuts down page for GOP Senate campaigns just before Georgia runoffs. 100 as of Israelis infected with COVID after receiving Pfizer vaccine amid frenzied inoculation campaign. David Stockman on Janet Yellen's return and the financial storm ahead. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. 2 French soldiers killed in Mali, French presidency. U.S. legislators' homes vandalized after COVID relief boost fails. Overwhelmed, overrun, Zimbabwe tightens COVID restrictions. More Republicans say they will object to U.S. election results. Can China quell dissent in Hong Kong? UK urged to keep schools closed as it hits daily COVID record. 4th body found after Norway landslide. Trump may launch reckless attack on Iran, experts fear. Blackwater contractor defense actions in Iraq after Trump pardon. Dr. Congo Army says lost 2 soldiers, killed 14 ADF fighters. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Blackburn on Senate Republican Electoral College challenge, we should get answers to this. GOP senators including Cruz, Blackburn to reject the electors from disputed states January 6th. Kidnappers release Nigerian Bishop Moses Chikwe and his driver. Lindsey Graham breaks with Mitch McConnell, $2,000 checks for struggling families is not socialism. Mitt Romney on vaccine distribution, incomprehensible and inexcusable. How China surpassed Hollywood and ruled the post-pandemic box office. Barstool Sports' Dave Portnoy raises over $16M for small businesses devastated by pandemic. DC officials slam pro-Trump rally plan to oppose Biden's election. Portland mayor admits failure in dealing with Antifa, asks for federal, state help. Colleges and universities suffer 8% drop in transfer students. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Mysterious mutilations of large sperm whales in England. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Grandparents finally get to hug grandkids after 9 months thanks to inflatable polar bear costumes. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Researchers pull carbon out of the sky and convert it to instant jet fuel, reshaping aviation for good. These bad habits Americans picked up in 2020 they want to get rid of in 2021. The first meteor shower of 2021 will light up the night sky on New Year's weekend. Man hasn't been to the grocery store in 8 months thanks to tiny pandemic garden inspired by grandfather. Son finds original children's book written by his dad returning from World War II POW camp, publishes it 75 years later. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Saturday, January 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Post-pandemic orgy of sex, spending coming, Yale prof. Remembering the entertainment and arts figures we lost in 2020. With Trump and a show, Mar-a-Lago guests left a party maskless with Rudy Giuliani and Vanilla Ice. Aggressive squirrel attacks reported in NYC neighborhood. How ironic, Brevard County firefighters' last call of 2020 was a dumpster fire. Game over for Farmville on Facebook as web browsers say goodbye to Adobe Flash Player. Florida man accused of setting his own truck on fire to give deputies something to do. Meteorologist warns if you eat icicles, you're eating poop. Linwood's ex-law partners claim he was taped admitting to assaults, asserting he may be Christ coming back for second time. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. You are more closely related to comb jellies than sponges, new study claims. Looking to launch a side hustle? Finally start with this accelerator course. 9 reasons why policymakers should tackle climate change with small-scale solutions. Google Chrome sucks, here's why you should stop using it. Yes, math anxiety is a thing, here are the symptoms, causes, and cures. What the hell is an AI factory? This 22-course Mega package can make you a project management superstar. Bad news for liars, scientists discover an ethical and effective lie detection method. Surprise, beer cans are less polluting than glass bottles. How a tiny mutant worm is helping find a cure for a rare form of cancer. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Putty-like composites of gallium metal with potential for real-world application. Comb of a lifetime, a new method for fluorescence microscopy. See live cells with 7 times greater sensitivity using the new microscopy technique. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Saturday, January 2nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. A few thoughts on UTC's 64-46 loss to USC on Saturday afternoon. 20-year-old LDS missionary dies in Nigeria. Texas hires Alabama OC and former Bayou QB Steve Sarkisian as new coach. Utah's new COVID-19 infections ease after record high while pace of vaccinations picks up. A power struggle over Utah's pandemic response, 5 key findings from hundreds of emails. This is where you can donate food, time or money in Utah to help those experiencing hunger. Steve Starks and Lynn Ward, hope becomes reality with the new governor and lieutenant governor. U of U daycare director says she was fired for trying to stop a plan to admit more kids than state rules allow. Former Bayou basketball coach Dave Rose hospitalized after suffering stroke. Here's where you can find the Tribune's edition. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. A 4-day work week would be affordable for most UK firms, says think tank. See Boston Dynamics robots best freakishly good moves on the dance floor. Microsoft, SolarWinds face new criticism over Russian breach of US networks. Lawsuits filed against Lyft alleging sexual assaults by drivers. F reveals behind-the-scenes account of the fight to Savannah, WBR, Nabrorg. Farming equipment is beaming back reams of data to its manufacturers. Neuroscientists' new theory, dreaming protects the brain cells for eyesight. How the band Fish played chess against its fans on New Year's Eve. Massachusetts to ban sale of new gas-powered cars by 2035. Backdoor account discovered in more than 100,000 SSL firewalls, VPN gateways. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Disabled dog missing for 10 months reunited her with owner on New Year's Day. High school senior starts nonprofit after losing brother to gun violence. Ferguson police investigate Delwood Avenue homicide. Potosi teacher who fought COVID-19 dies suddenly. Authorities respond to second St. Louis Justice Center disturbance this week. Polar bear water ski event continues St. Louis New Year's Day tradition. St. Louis dentists pushing for faster access to COVID-19 vaccine. Police say woman in multi-vehicle crash was killed by gunfire. Man dies after trying to warn others about traffic accident in Metro East. New Year's Day fire leaves one in critical condition, firefighter and others with serious injuries. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Minivan driver takes off after breaking man's leg. Man from New Zealand severely beaten in Mission Beach. Nancy Pelosi's California home vandalized with pig's head, fake blood. Texas Senator Ted Cruz announces he'll oppose certification of Biden victory, demands emergency audit. We need a new governor, Faulconer joins effort to recall Newsom. California to deploy Army Corps engineers to LA hospitals to upgrade oxygen deliveries. Man suffers burns in motorhome fire. California reports a record 585 virus deaths in one day. New traffic laws go into effect across California. Meet Del Mar, Sharp welcomes first 2021 baby. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. How I met the spy who went out into the cold. Algeria frees former spy chief jail during mass protests. The warning signs that stalkerware is installed on your device. Winterberg's another round to open 51st IV, Kurosawa was wife of a spy to have India premiere. The spy who came in from the cold by John Lee Carr. Private dating app is more like a delicatessen. January is National Stalking Awareness, Human Trafficking and Modern Slavery Prevention Month. 8 best spy movies based on John Lee Carr novels, ranked, according to Rotten Tomatoes. Social media stalking on rise as harassers dodge identity checks. New California laws for 2021 address COVID-19, fires, law enforcement. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Taiwan develops new wheel tank killing vehicle. Several Bundeswehr vehicles extensively damaged in Leipzig arson attack. Russian blogger sneaks into fighter jet plant in Moscow. Ukrainian army adopts new anti-materiel sniper rifles. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. More GOP lawmakers enlist in Trump effort to undo Biden win. The state's people left in 2020, and why. Dunkin' introduces extra-charged coffee with 20% more caffeine. Homes of Pelosi, McConnell vandalized after $2K stimulus checks fail. 2 children killed in New Year's Day double murder-suicide. Tracking the rain, Bay Area hit by showers this week. Man charged with murder of COVID-19 patient in shared hospital room. 4-year-old Tahoe snowboarder already has his first sponsor. Tricks to make New Year's resolution stick. Earthquake rattles Hollister, Trace Pinos. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. North Carolina 66, Notre Dame 65. How fast will office market recover from pandemic? It could take years, some say. Investigation of man found unresponsive in Island Lake police holding cell complete. Bail for Huntley man held in Carpentersville stabbing is $500,000. Cook County sees record numbers of opioid, gun deaths in 2020. Only 3 new state laws take effect in 2021, plus minimum wage goes up again. Cruz leads 11 GOP senators challenging Biden win over Trump. Illinois reports fewer COVID-19 deaths, cases as holiday slows data collection. A tremendous gift, retired carpenter builds desks for Lombard students learning remotely. Habarkush, Sunday's game is Bears' biggest in a decade. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Peru. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Saturday, January 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Man shot and abducted from Northwest Harris County apartment. Sergeant dead after motorcycle-involved accident in Pearland, sheriff says. Texas-shaped bike route takes you through Houston's newest paths and trails. Larry King hospitalized in Los Angeles with COVID-19, source tells ABC News. HPD investigates homicide at North Houston Shopping Center. UT fires head coach Tom Herman. Houston's public COVID-19 vaccine clinic reaches capacity. CA child prodigy paints for a purpose, challenges ABC 7 News anchor to math duel. New Mexico town says farewell to 2020 with dumpster fire. Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi homes vandalized after $2K stimulus relief fails. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Suns 100th goal in Spurs victory, Arsenal wins third straight. Number 10 Iowa wins 77-75 as free throws cost number 14 Rutgers. USC pulls away in second half to beat Utah 64-46. Aquarium agrees to delay beluga whale delivery amid lawsuit. Biden flexes Georgia muscle alongside GOP in Senate races. Steelers put starters Hayden, Ebron on reserve COVID-19 list. Reaction to the death of Hall of Famer Paul Westphal. Paul Westphal, Hall of Famer and NBA champion, dies at 70. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, did you say you needed a hand? NYPD tow pound leaving Manhattan's Pier 76 by end of January, city promises. Coney Island's amusement district was ravaged by the pandemic. Can it come back in 2021? Communal fridge in Queens, lifeline for needy families, found destroyed. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Coronavirus updates, 7-day COVID-19 infection rates above 7% in the Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island. NJEMTs in early COVID-19 epicenter stand guard in second wave. Long overdue, visitors marvel at new Moynihan train hall in first walkthrough. Extra, what these New Yorkers learned from fleeing NYC at start of pandemic. Married couple killed by hit-and-run driver in Far Rockaway on New Year's Day. The next headlines are from Observer.com. Rocket Lab CEO is so happy with their reusable rockets, he'll eat his hat. Cobra Kai is doing what Rise of Skywalker tried to do for Star Wars. Artist Daisy Kalinkrich's squishies celebrate the body with flesh suits. Bridgerton sees race through a colorist lens. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag strikes near the Kermadec Islands. Light earthquake 4.7 mag, 91 kilometers east by southeast of Alo, Wallace and Futuna. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag was detected near Minabin, Iran. Light earthquake, 4 mag has occurred near Dagestansky Ioni in Russia. Light earthquake, M4.4 quake has struck near Mid-Indian Ridge. Minor earthquake, M3.4 quake has struck near Bandon in Oregon. Light earthquake 4.3 mag, south of the Fiji Islands. Moderate earthquake, M5.3 quake has struck near Palau region. Minor earthquake 3.05 mag, 18 kilometers east by southeast of Lone Pine, CA. Minor earthquake, 3.7 mag strikes near Charlotte Amalia in U.S. Virgin Islands. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. New York State Assembly Perry wants detention centers for sick. Nashville's big bomb was a very rare device, experts think. John Kiriakou, the dark past of Biden's nominee for National Intelligence Director. OS, blue glowing UFO startles Hawaiian residents. U.S. government paid over $57 million for vaccine injuries in 2020 as experimental COVID vaccine fast-tracked. California is trying to pass a law to fine people for false information. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. McConnell, Pelosi homes vandalized after $2,000 relief fails. Chewy sends pet paintings to keep customers from straying. Are rabbit squirrels attacking people in Queens, New York? Are these real dancing robots? Did Pierce Brosnan's family cry at his final net worth? Did pilot draw syringe in sky to celebrate COVID-19 vaccine? Once a model, California now struggles to tame COVID-19. GOP torn over Trump's Electoral College challenge of Biden. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. I live, and will die, in these high-waisted button-up Everlane jeans, even months into staying home. The long battle against racism and sexism and emoji. Why porn stars like me are terrified of VP Kamala Harris. Your pets might freak when you go back to the office after the pandemic. Chris Witherspoon hopes his Pop Viewers app will make TV more diverse. How ancient political losers had to bribe Roman emperors for peace. Here's what it's like visiting Kenya right now. Will Biden admit that we are not the world's moral leader? The next headlines are from the New York Post. NYC woman in critical condition after being shot multiple times, NYPD. Nick's R.J. Barrett spent New Year's Eve trying to break shooting funk. Vandals destroy NYC community fridge set up by State Senator Jessica Ramos. China Phillips, the other Baldwin wife, bears all on Hilaria, Faith and Justin Bieber. Jets cut kicker Sam Ficken in surprise move. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Earth rings in the new year with our closest approach to the sun. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. First meteor shower of 2021 will illuminate night sky this weekend. Earth reaches perihelion, closer to the sun than any other day. Archaeologists unearth ancient snack bar in Pompeii. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Mysterious light flashes are coming from deep space, and AI just found more of them. China plans to build a moon base near the lunar South Pole. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Former New Mexico volleyball coach charged with having sex with minors. 4 bodies found after Norway landslide, 6 people still missing. Britain logs a record 57,000 COVID cases in single day. Pierre Cardin laid to rest in Paris in black coffin adorned with own design. CIT, Trevor Lawrence's mustache roasted by unmuted reporter in press conference. Larry King hospitalized with COVID-19, report. Cuomo says brighter days ahead, with statewide COVID positive test rates down slightly, city's number continue to rise. Army soldier, 19, found dead at Texas military base on New Year's Eve. Florida man who went to prison for impersonating a doctor as a teen arrested again, faces new fraud allegations. Pro-statehood Pedro Pierluisi sworn in as Puerto Rico governor following chaotic elections. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. conducts 2 New Year's Day airstrikes on Somalia as troop withdrawal continues. Head of Missouri Veterans Commission resigns after COVID-19 report. Life after refuge, dreams of joining U.S. military. Iran plans 20% uranium enrichment as soon as possible. Thousands of National Guard troops prepare to support Biden's inauguration. Egyptian officials, roadside bombing in Sinai kills 2 police. Search suspended for boat that left Bahamas with 20 on board. In a first, Congress overrides Trump veto of defense bill. Iran general warns U.S. military ready to respond to pressure. Trump administration says it has intelligence that China offered bounties for U.S. troops in Afghanistan, report says. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 4,762 new confirmed and probable COVID-19 cases and 29 additional deaths reported. Corrections and clarifications. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. COVID-19 in Illinois by the numbers, here's a daily update on cases, positivity rate and hospital data in your area. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 29 new deaths, 4,762 new confirmed and probable cases and 61,987 new test results. Man shot in West Side police involved shooting charged with attempted murder. Wrigleyville bar ordered closed until further notice after New Year's Eve gathering. Anonymous donor gives Central Illinois Food Bank $500,000 gift, the timing is impeccable. No injuries reported in roof collapse in South Chicago neighborhood. 7 children hospitalized after being found in vacant building on West Side, woman charged, police say. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Mexico City ban on single-use plastics takes effect. Watch out LA, feds calculate riskiest, safest places in U.S. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Saturday, January 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. When working out makes you sick to your stomach, what to know about exercise-induced nausea. Space, 2021. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Curry scores 27 to carry Old Dominion over FIU 71-66. Arletty carries Delaware past Charleston 70-67. Shelton leads in Arizona past Idaho 83-78 in OT. Castleton leads Florida to 83-79 win over LSU. Real Madrid beats Celta Vigo 2-0 to go top in Spain. Jets wave K. Ficken, activate RG Van Roten from IR. Harden scratched late from Rockets game with ankle sprain. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. MBARI scientists recall puzzling discovery of zombie worms consuming a whale corpse. The latest, new daily cases hit record in North Carolina. New fund helping Carmel Valley families devastated by August wildfire. Trump caravan travels usual Rose Parade on Colorado Boulevard. Marin Cancer nonprofit gets grant for burned camp. San Jose Sharks training camp, can they fill a jumbo-sized void? The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Portland mayor vows to hold vandalizers accountable. Body found in burned vehicle in Goodhue County. Restaurants, Nebraska should extend carry-out cocktails. Official, GOP Pennsylvania House member dies. Wisconsin reports one virus death, 1,708 cases. D.C. Attorney General bracing for violence ahead of pro-Trump protests, my level of anxiety is high. Michigan COVID-19 deaths just shy of 12,600. 26-year-old man killed in Omaha New Year's Day shooting. Light fixture shaped as Nevada goes missing on mountain. SC officials, masks are crucial as vaccine rollout continues. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Citing the pandemic, CBP has expelled newborn U.S. citizens with their migrant mothers. How Israel attacks drove Warnock into the arms of a centrist pro-Israel group. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Clinical criteria for diagnosing autism inadequate for people with genetic conditions. Nanoparticle drug delivery system developed to treat brain disorders. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 18 shot, 3 killed, in Chicago so far this holiday weekend. Growing number of Republican lawmakers join Trump in effort to overturn the election. Teen boy shot inside Logan Square home, police. Missing man last seen in Englewood found safe. Driver charged in heart of Chicago crash that left his cousin dead, prosecutors. Bulls coach Billy Donovan wants his players out of the excuse business. Public health officials announced 29 more Illinois COVID-19 deaths, additional 4,762 cases, live updates. Coronavirus deaths and hospitalizations down, but positivity rate up to start new year. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. Free food distribution at Melville High School on Monday. Take the 2020 news quiz. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Openings and closings, Kraft Burger Katie, Bagel Shop Bakery Bel Air. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, brunch your way into the new year. NFL Week 17 finally, Titans Texans, 4 things to watch for. Oliver Penn releases new single Squash Blossom. The next headlines are about world records making news. The latest, new daily cases hit record in North Carolina, U.S. News and World Report. UK hits daily virus record, is urged to keep schools closed, U.S. News and World Report. A family of 12 siblings now holds the Guinness World Record for highest combined age, CNN. The latest, UK hits virus case record for 5th straight day, Grand Island Independent. SpaceX sets reuse records in 2020, looks ahead to even more ambitious 2021, NASA Spaceflight.com. 2020 Swami Awards, U.S. Female Swimmer of the Year, Lily King. 2020 Swami Awards, U.S. Female Swimmer of the Year, Lily King, swam. Conservation projects in the big funding bill, a suburban bald eagle, a memorable pheasant hunt in the world, Chicago Sun-Times. Kiss show sets 2 world records, Simmons still says Rock is dead, Loudwire. Indian expat in UAE bags Guinness World Record with 8.2 square MT giant pop-up greeting card, Hindustan Times. Yang Jung-Soon snags speedy 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 65 seconds 200 free as season's #1, swam. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Facebook's head of ad integrity leaves company. The Doctor and Captain Jack are together again in new Big Finish audio adventure. This fan animation reimagines a pivotal Steven Universe moment with the pilot's art style. Welcome John Bishop to the cast of the upcoming season of Doctor Who. Saturday's best deals, Ninja Footy 5-in-1 air fryer, board game sale, Gulu jump starter, Utopia store lid organizer, exfoliating foot masks, Razer Hello Kitty keyboard, and more. Get those food storage lids organized finally with a $13 Utopia store lid system. Latest Samsung leak shows off Ta-like Bluetooth tracker. Huawei purges, then reinstates Tencent's games as revenue-sharing negotiations heat up. Get a premium clean at a wallet-friendly price with today's best Dyson deals. The Great Big, Pink, and Weird World of Kirby merge. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Birdsville Airport in Australia at 110.3 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ojmchikin in Russia at minus 67.9 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 55.5 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Archaeology is going digital to harness the power of big data. You cannot unsee Ted Alexa, the Internet of Things AI bear of your nightmares. Pandemic shaming can backfire, here's a better way. How electric lighting changed our sleep, and other stories in materials science. When memes fail anatomy, the scale of a blue whale's butthole. Superhero showdown, which comic book rumble was the real battle of the century? How researchers are making do in the time of COVID. 30 years since the Human Genome Project began, what's next? How the humble slime mold helped physicists map the cosmic web. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Shut it down, Florida lawmaker demands Palm Beach close Mar-a-Lago, and fine Trump. Dems poised to win the Senate as Trump's voter fraud delusions harm Republicans in Georgia runoffs. Ted Cruz fractures Mitch McConnell's caucus with effort to overturn the election. Trump board declares losses of $90 million on his European golf clubs, report. Sad and shameful, CNN's Anna Cabrera tears two into GOP senators trying to overturn the election. Tennessee officials give COVID vaccine to family and friends, after denying it to 75-year-olds. Trump-loving governor swats away president's plea to primary senator who defied him. Another scandal at West Point, where secrecy comes before honor. The GOP's Electoral College challenge will collapse like Trump's 60 failed election lawsuits, CNN analyst. Trump will haunt the GOP in the 2022 midterms after his loyalty tests fracture the party, CNN. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. There's no such thing as Trump country. Kelly Loeffler blows all the dog whistles at once. Ted Cruz is a big fan of the compromise of 1877. Republican senators plan collective tantrum over Electoral College results. Raw data, killings of reporters were down in 2020. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, January 1st update. After an astronomical rise in COVID cases, Wyoming has stopped contact tracing. Monsters of 2020, Ghislaine Maxwell. Raw data, how everyone is doing on getting people vaccinated. Here's why the $15 minimum wage has gained so much support. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Explained, what is Proxima Centauri, and why is there new interest in it, the Indian Express. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Visual number sense and untrained deep neural networks, science advances. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. New study shows how using machine learning in healthcare worsens inequality, massive science. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Saturday, January 2nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Chrome-colored UFOs over Farmington, remembering the saucer armada. Mysterious UFO filmed entering the ocean, police and FAA notified. Historic interview with National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomena head and Mike Wallace. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.